If you're laying on your mat, it's ideal really to have something that's kind of to the side of you so you can see it, rather than if you're laying down and you have to kind of sit up to see what we're doing next. So yeah, probably best just keeping in mind the safety of your neck. I don't want you kind of twisting and doing any kind of strange stuff with your neck, because obviously we want you to feel good after this. We don't want you to have a stiff neck or any other issues that you might not have had beforehand. Okay, so it's 12:30, so I'm going to get started. We're going to start off laying down on our backs. So just bring yourself to your mat or your wherever you're laying on that's nice and soft, hopefully, okay? So you don't want to be laying on anything hard. You want a nice bit of kind of sponginess behind your back and specifically your spine. We don't want anything hard on there because it'll just be uncomfortable for a lot of the moves. Okay, so I just want you to focus on just relaxing your body now down into the floor, mat, whatever you're laying on, towel, rug. And just nod your chin a few times. So you're just going to bring your chin down towards your chest and then just take your head back up. So imagine that you've got a little marble balancing on your chin and you're just nodding down and up. So this is just working to lengthen the neck and maybe slightly stretch the muscles in the back of the neck. So go slowly and gently. And don't worry about the whole double chin thing that we've all got going on right now. It's a nice stretch. And it's really good for those of us that kind of sit a lot and have sometimes our head kind of comes forward a bit because our head's quite heavy. So we just need to stretch those muscles a little bit. Okay, so we're going to start off with some leg movements. So I want you to just really draw in your lower belly muscles, lift your belly in and up, keep that contraction on and activated. And then we're just going to float our front leg up to tabletop and then our back leg to join it. Now, if this is too difficult for any reason, you can always take it halfway. You don't have to take it all the way up, and then we're just going to tap down again with that first leg, second leg joint. So really draw in the belly muscles here nice and strong to keep the hips stable. Now we start with the other leg first, good, and then tap down nice and slowly and controlled. So simple movement to activate the lower abdominals. And just to test how we're feeling today, if this feels more difficult than it normally does, then maybe that's a sign that your body may be a little bit tired. So just, you know, check in with yourself occasionally. And just make sure that you're not going to go too far if you're feeling a little bit achy or tired for any reason. But if it feels good, then obviously maybe take some of the slightly harder levels as we go on through the class. Okay, so a couple more of these. Just really trying to keep those hips stable and not moving the rest of the body really. That's what we're trying to do. So keeping the shoulders down and relaxed and the face relaxed. Let's go again, one more set each side. Good. Excellent. And then just give the legs a little shake. Okay, so we're going to progress this now slightly by stretching our leg out a little bit further. So we're going to take our left leg down. We're going to straighten it, flex the toes, and then just bring that leg up to about 90 degrees. If you can get there, but don't worry if you can't. If you're here, that's fine. Okay, and then just bend the knee and then just stretch it again. So it's a bit of a one leg cycle move. We're going to try this with our head down first, and then we're going to try a little different version in a second with our head lifted, involving the upper abdominals. Okay, so this is kind of a backward cycle with our left leg, but we're still having to draw the belly muscles in and up to keep our hips nice and stable. And try and keep your right leg really still as well. So there's a lot going on here. And we're going to go the other way. So we're going to pedal forwards, stretch the leg, bend, bring it in, stretch up to the ceiling, straighten down to the floor. Don't quite touch the floor if you can, okay? So just hover your heel across the top of the floor rather than touching the floor. So we're going to keep a constant muscle demand here, contraction on the muscles. One more time, and then we're swapping legs. Good, then bring that foot in. So we go backwards first. So it's kind of a scooping movement with the foot. Exhaling as you scoop and lift up, inhaling to come back to the chest. Exhale. Good, so really drawing in that belly. I'm still breathing. One last time on this backwards cycle. And then we go the other way, so forwards, straight down, bend that knee in towards the chest. Just notice if it feels easier on this side or harder. As you stretch that leg out, really reach long out of the hip to make your leg super long. No crease behind the knee, so no bend in the knee. Good, 2 more. Excellent. So we've woken up the legs quite a bit. We're going to just bring that foot back to the floor and then just give the legs a shake. Okay, so we're going to interlace our fingers now and place them behind the head. And then just rest the head down. Take the elbows really wide. Now just check in with your lower back. Just have a little kind of rock forwards and back with your pelvis and just see how your lower back's feeling. Hopefully it feels kind of freed up and no restriction or anything like that. So if you do feel slight restriction, it might make your neck ache a little bit as you lift your head. So if that happens, just place your head down and you can carry on doing the exercise with your head down. But otherwise, we're going to exhale, lift the head up, looking straight through our knees. So eye line below the knee level. Really let your head rest into your hands again so you don't get strain in your neck muscles. And then we're going to bring the feet and the knees together. Okay, and then I'm going to take this back leg first, just hopefully you'll be able to see it. I've just realised my leggings are black, so you might be able to see the legs move apart, but I'm just going to take the right leg knee to knee and extend the lower leg. And then I'm just going to take that right leg out to the side, probably about 8 or 10 inches, but maybe less if you want, and then back together. So you're going to inhale to take it out, exhale to bring it back to center. So you've got to keep those knees really level. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can come up a little bit higher if your neck is feeling okay, so you can lift your chest and your shoulders higher off the floor. That's going to help you work a little bit harder into the abdominals, and it's going to be more challenging. Good. So always exhaling to bring the legs back together. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just look down at your hips and make sure they're staying really still, not rocking from side to side, and then just lower that leg. Let's go straight to the left leg before we get too tired. Lift up again a little bit higher if you can. Inhale out to the side. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Just look down at your hips and make sure they're not moving. As you take your leg away, you're going to feel the opposite side abdominal muscles really strongly contracting to keep you still. So inhale out, exhale back. Good. Let's do 4 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Lower that foot down, lower the head. And just turn your head from side to side. Just have a nice little stretch into the neck muscles. Really slowly. No rushing. Good. Okay, we're going to bring our feet a little bit closer. We're just going to do a little shoulder bridge just to stretch out the spine a bit before we go into our hundreds. So feet a little bit closer, tuck the pelvis, use your hands by your hips, press them down and press your upper arms down into the mat or floor. And then exhale slowly, heel yourself up into that nice shoulder bridge shape so that your head is in line with your knees. If you took a plank and put it across the front of your body, it would be completely straight. Okay, so we're going to stay up here just for a couple of breaths. On the next inhale, we're going to take the arms back, only as far back as they'll go comfortably, okay, without arching the low back. And then as we exhale, we keep the hips up and take the hands back to the floor. And then on the next exhale, we're going to lower the hips sequentially. So from the top of the spine first, so upper back, middle back, waist, low back, tailbone. Let's do that one more time. So exhale, come up. So try and keep all the work from the hips to the upper back, yeah? The rest of the body quite relaxed, so try not to squeeze your bottom too much in this one. Okay, so we're staying up there, feeling strong, feeling stable, both feet equally weighted. Let's take those arms back again. Inhale. Exhale first, inhale again. And then on the next exhale, take the arms down. Inhale. On the next exhale, take the hips down slowly. So section by section again, really slowly and gently. Good. Let's just take our legs over to the right. So keep them where they were, the feet where they were, hip distance, and then over to the left. One more time each way. Let's just see how tight these areas are on the side waist. If they feel tight, you can stay there a little bit longer for a little stretch. Good. Now we're going to go into our hundreds. So as I said before, I think last week, you can always keep your head down, but otherwise you're going to lift your head up without using your hands, because we've got to use our hands in front of us. So we're going to reach the arms forward to mid-thigh height. Mat is the bottom of the range, mid-thigh is the top of our range. We're going to start pumping those arms and looking straight ahead, so not at the ceiling, straight forward there, keeping the chin tucked. Nice fast arm movements. Keep it going. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to minimize the movement anywhere else on your body. So shoulders obviously moving a little bit, arms moving a little bit. Nice straight arms, really straight fingers. If you want more legs to tabletop, keep it going. You can bring your knees and your feet together, whatever works for you, or keep them hip distance, but keep the arms going and keep breathing, guys. We're getting warmer. We need to today. It's a bit chilly today, so we need to work a little bit harder. Come up a little bit higher if you want more. Keep it going. You can stretch the legs long if you want a little bit more even, and lower the legs if you want even more. So pick your level with your legs. Keep those arms going. Keep the breathing going. No bend at the wrist. Keep the wrists super straight. Solid. Okay, keep it going. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets, guys. We're so close. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. Slowly lower the legs, lower the head. Give yourself a little hug as a reward for that hard work. It's never easy, the hundreds. It does get us warm, does get the blood pumping around the body and flushing out toxins, so it's all good. Okay, we're going to come up to seated, so you can turn onto your side or roll up to seated with your hands behind your knees. Now I'm going to face you guys so you can see what I'm doing. So the legs are going to come out fairly wide, a little bit wider than mat distance. And this is our saw, so we're going to be twisting and reaching forwards like this. I'm doing it quickly just to show you roughly what we're doing, but if you know this exercise, you're all good to go. If you've never done it before, if sitting like this with your legs flat on the floor, requires some hamstring flexibility. If you can't keep your spine straight, then just bend the knees and make sure your spine is straight before you start, okay? So it doesn't really matter too much about the legs. We want a straight spine. We're going to twist and then reach over, but keeping both hips glued to the mat or the floor. Okay, so I'm just going to stretch my legs out because I find it more comfortable, but if it's more comfortable for you with your bent knees, great. Okay, so reaching arms out. Imagine you have a broom handle behind you, so you're in a nice straight line. Arms shoulder height, or they can be lower if your shoulders start to ache, okay? But not higher, ideally. Okay, so we're going to twist to the right first, or left, whichever way you want to go, doesn't matter. We're going to do 4 each way. Okay, so we're going to exhale and twist. The back arm reaches back, the front arm reaches forward, and you try and reach past the outside of your foot. Okay, so your head's coming towards your knee. You're exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. And then as you come up, you inhale to come back to center. Exhale, twist. The exhale is longer, okay, than the inhale, so make the most of it. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling, even as you come up, and then inhale back to center. We've got 3 more each side. Exhale, twist. Good. Reach both arms. Reach away from each other. Head towards the knee. Back up to center. Good. Twist the other way. Exhale. So we do 3 kind of pulsing exhales and then back to center. Go again. 2 more each side. Reach that back arm back, guys. Both hips stay down on the floor, and then we come back up. Twist. Twist again. Reach, reach, reach. Up and twist. Last one each side. Twist, reach, 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 up. Final twist and reach, reach, reach. Perfect. Coming back up. And you can either keep your legs coming forwards. Just have to make sure you can see my whole body, otherwise it gets really confusing. So feet coming forward, straight legs again, straight spine. Or you can bend the knees, or you can have cross legs if that's more comfortable. So we're going to do a little spine twist, seated. Lots of twisting today. I don't know why, I've just picked twisting. Okay, so first off, hands on shoulders. So imagine that anything below your waist is cemented and it's not going to move. So we're just twisting from the waist upwards. Nose needs to follow the middle of our chest, okay? So we're not going to turn our head to the side and make that our twist. That's not what we want. So we're going to twist from the ribs and the waist. Okay, so sit up as tall as you can, lift your belly in and up, stretch the crown of your head towards the ceiling, and then we're going to twist to the side on an exhale. Now go a little bit slower on this one. Now when you don't think you can go any further, take an inhale, stay there, and then exhale 1 more millimeter out of that twist. And then come back to center. So this is a lot slower and more controlled. Twist to the other side. Head follows the middle of the chest. So just make sure when you look down that you haven't raced ahead and moved away from the middle of your chest. Inhale, grow a bit taller. Exhale, another millimeter, if you can, out of that twist. So we're wringing out the lungs with that exhale. If you want to make it a bit more challenging, you can reach the arms out, otherwise keep them where they are. Exhale, twist. Move slowly, remember hips don't move. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. That just makes us straighten our spine a bit. Keep the belly lifted in and up. Exhale, 1 more millimeter and back to center. This is hard work, guys. Okay, twist again. Keep that spine nice and long and straight. Inhale, grow a tiny bit more, and then exhale, 1 more millimeter, maybe 2. Back to center. We've got 1 more each side. Whew, is anyone else getting tired? Okay, twist to the other side. Twist, 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 look down, make sure you're not racing ahead. Keep the nose in line with the middle of the chest. And then inhale, grow. Exhale, 1 more, maybe 2, maybe 3 more millimeters now. We're a bit looser. And then back to center. This is our last one coming up. So we twist, exhale, wring out the lungs. Check in with that chest and middle of the chest. Inhale, grow again. Try and inhale into the shoulders and the back of the shoulders specifically. Exhale a tiny bit more. And then back to center. Whew. And just roll the shoulders. That's tough on the sideways. So just move a bit slowly. We're going to come into all fours now. Okay, so hands under shoulders. Again, make sure you're side on ideally, or that you can see the screen easily without kind of lifting your head up and disturbing the position of your neck. So you want a nice long neck. Hopefully you can just glance to the side. Knees under hips. Now, I want a nice strong core switch on here. So just to help us with that, I want you to just drop your belly down and arch your back. Just drop your belly completely. Just turn off all the muscles there and just relax the belly. And this actually feels quite nice sometimes. We don't do it very often. We're always kind of tensing our muscles and trying to keep our stomachs in. But we want to just let go for a second. Let the shoulders go even, and your head might drop slightly down. That's okay. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now to find a strong position from where to start from, all we do is push up into our shoulders so that our back is nice and stretched and flat towards the ceiling now. So nice strong shoulders and upper back. And then the belly just lifts up automatically. If it hasn't quite done that, just lift the belly in and up. And this is our strong, stable base. Okay, so we're going to stretch our right leg back along the floor. Now we're going to lift and lower the right leg, just up and down in a straight line. I want you to think about squeezing and lifting from your bottom, keeping both hips down towards the floor, and you only come up as high as your hips. So we don't go really high on this one. Stretch the legs super long and point the toes if you can. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to tap behind the left leg, so across the body and behind. Flick up and out to the right. So we've got a big arc that we're creating. Over to the side behind the other leg, and then up and out. So we're staying away from that middle line now. We're going either side, left and right. Again, still keeping those hips facing the floor, keeping the belly lifted in and up. It's a toughie. We've got 4 more to go. 3. So you're just leaning on one knee. A little bit of a balance challenge to really try and stay up in the shoulders and not let the shoulders kind of collapse down. 1 more each side. And then bring that leg back underneath the hips. So sometimes when we're on one knee, we do kind of sway slightly from side to side, but just try and minimize that as much as you can, okay? You're going to naturally move a few millimeters, don't worry too much. So stretch the left leg back. First off, find that strong position. So slight bend in the elbows, lift belly in and up. Neck is long and straight and you're looking straight down at the floor. So we lift up and down. Exhale as you lift up. Try and squeeze from your bottom to lift that leg. So the leg muscles are taking a little bit of a break, and it's all coming from your bottom, your glutes. Let's do 4, 3, try not to move the hips at all. 2, and 1. Now we're going to take that big arc, so we lift up, tap across and behind, go as big as you feel you can, keep your hips stable. So maybe start small, and then if it feels okay, and you feel like you can hold the position strongly, then make it bigger. Keep breathing, guys, try not to hold your breath. I know you've got to concentrate a lot on this one, it's quite a tough, large move, so, and I'm feeling it too, I'm feeling a little bit shaky. As we said, shaking's good, it means that we're challenging our muscles, and it means that they're getting stronger. Let's do 4 more. Try and exhale as you lift. Inhale on that descent of the leg. 2 more. 1 more. Oh, it's burning now. Good, and then place the leg down, back underneath. Let's just have a little stretch back. So keep the belly lifted in and up around the back, and then just sit your bottom back towards your heels. You might not get all the way down there, but we're trying to stretch the back a little bit because we've held it in a fixed position for a while, and we just want to keep the muscles kind of nice and supple and not let them tense up too much. Okay, we're going to come onto our front now. So we're going to do a little bit of upper back work. So make sure you have room above your head so that you can stretch your arms out fully. If not, just shift your body back a bit, like I just did. Okay, so what we want is, to start with, we want our ribs, bottom of our ribs, to stay on the mat the whole time. So even if we lift up like this, our ribs stay down, okay? So we don't have to come up too high. We want to keep a gentle tuck on the pelvis and lifting the belly in and up. Our legs are about hip distance behind us, but they're pretty relaxed. Our bottom's probably going to squeeze a bit anyway, just to help us out. So our legs are not completely out of the equation, but it's mainly upper back. So let's activate the upper back first. Stretch the arms out in line with your shoulders in a big T shape. Now our head's going to be looking down, keeping the neck nice and long. We're just going to take that left arm up, a bit like an aeroplane, and follow your hand with your eyes. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. And then as you come back down, your head just comes back to center. So it's just turning back, turns to the other side, and then the opposite hand lifts up. So it's a bit of a kind of seesaw aeroplane movement here. Let's do a couple more each side just to wake up the upper back. So eye line just follows the hand. It's nice and slow. Exhale as you lift up. This is the last time, so left hand lifts. Turn in the center with that head, and then back to the other arm. Good, now, so we've woken up the muscles around the shoulder blades. Now we're going to take the arms back a little bit lower, and we're going to have our thumbs facing up towards the ceiling now. So our palms are facing away from us. Now we're just going to pulse up and down, slightly lifting the chest off of the mat, or the shoulders at least. So we're a little bit higher, and we're just pulsing our hands up and down. Again, this is just waking up the upper back muscles. So try and squeeze the shoulder blades together as you do it. Just breathe normally here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to take the hands, bring them towards your shoulders, palms facing inwards. We're going to dive forward with the arms, so lower the head, push the palms away, and swim the arms back. Hands come back to our shoulders. Inhale, dive forward, hands in line with shoulders. Exhale, push away. So palms face in here as we go forward, palms face out as we lift. Remember, keeping the ribs down on the floor. So we'll give another 10 of these. I know they're tough, but that's 1 already, so 9. Inhale forwards, exhale to sweep around and up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good, another 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, it's getting tough towards the end. Last one. And exhale back. Good. Bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself back one more time for that little rest in the middle. Keep the belly lifted in and up. Good. And then we're going to come around onto our sides. So line yourself with the back of the mat. We have to do a bit of side kicks before we finish. So we've worked a bit of abdominals, we've worked a bit of our glutes, we've worked upper back. So now we have to work side body and a bit of the inner thighs. Okay, so we're going to lay on our arm. So have your head completely flat now. Hands just resting in front, or for more of a challenge, you can take your arms up into the air. But guessing you might not be looking for that extra challenge. Okay, so feet a little bit further forward than your body so that you can balance. Flex bottom foot, top foot comes up, push leg away from you. So you're trying to stretch that leg out of the hip. Okay, and then we're going to kick forwards. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Keep that bottom foot flexed and pushed into the floor. Good. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. Inhale, exhale. 2 more to go. Try and keep your upper body really still, so it's just the leg that moves. Excellent. Now we're going to bring that leg in line with the body, so the bottom leg is a little bit further forward, different position, and we lift up and down. We don't have to go too high with this one, but think long again, yeah? Think length away from the hip, stretching the toes, pointing the toes. You can still have your arm up for more of a balance challenge, or rest fingertips here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to bring the legs back together. Okay, now we're going to try and lift both our legs up, but we want to think again length. So rather than getting both legs up towards the ceiling, we want to think long. So stretch the legs super long, iron out crease behind the knees, and then keep the legs together and they'll just float off the floor magically. So as you stretch the legs, they just want to lift. So they're there. You can again have this arm for balance challenge or hand resting in front. We just hold for 2 more seconds, both legs, and then down. Okay, we're going to do that 2 more times. So let's squeeze and lift up. And lower down. 1 more time. Squeeze and lift up. Now on this one, we hold a little bit longer. We're going to scissor the feet. Quick, very fast scissors, a bit like a swimming movement, laying on our side. Let's breathe and go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Rest the legs down. Okay, we're going to come on to the other side now. Bit of a challenge if you want it. Lift the legs, hug them in towards you, keep the feet off the floor. You can use your hands though. Okay, so you're going to turn yourself around without touching the floor with your feet. Spin yourself around to the other side. Magic. Okay, so lay it on your arm. Make sure that your neck is really relaxed for this part. No tension created in the neck. So back of the body lined up with the mat. Feet a little bit further forward. Top foot comes up, bottom foot flexed, pushed into the floor. Arm in the air if you want the challenge, kicking it forwards. So really move slowly on this one so that you don't move your upper body. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that leg back in line with the body so the bottom foot is forwards. We lift up and down. Good, let's do 4. Keep stretching that leg really long out of the hip. That's going to really work strongly into the glute medius around the hip area. Really important postural muscle. So we need to strengthen it for good posture and less back problems. Okay, so bring the legs together now. Hands can come down in front. This one's harder to balance, so arm in the air is going to be super challenging. So squeeze and lift the legs, and they just float off the floor. If you can see your whole body on your screen, you should be in a straight line. Obviously, when our feet are down, we're not quite in a straight line. So we're just bringing ourselves into strong alignment really. So squeeze the legs together again. Let's hold and lift up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. We've got one more to go. Let's make it our best. So stretch legs super long, point the toes and float. So we hold for a little bit longer on this last one, and we get ready to do our super fast kicks. So small movement, forward and back, swimming legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. No, not really. And 1. Well done. Lower the legs down. Roll onto your front. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Let's push back one more time. Lovely stretch. Now this time you can rest your belly down on your thighs. Let's walk the hands over to the right, keeping the head low. Big inhale and exhale here. Good. Walk back through the midline, over to the left. And then back to center. Slowly roll the spine up, keeping the head down. And then the head comes up last. And we're done. We're out of time. Half an hour gone, just like that. Hopefully you enjoyed the class, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Thank you for joining me. And I hope to see you next week. Take care. Stay safe.